I've been building cars for over 20 years and worked alongside many badasses, including legends and Hall of Famers. I'm sharing what I've learned. I'm Banuelos. Welcome to School of FAB. Okay, so here's my pieces. I'm going to end up making them in 3 pieces possibly. I'll have a left side, a center piece, a right side, this will all be my lower, and then I have my front piece, which you see I already cut out. So kind of cut it roughly, as you can see. So now I'm gonna come in here and detail it, get it exactly how I want it to look. That way I can start making other pieces, and we'll start knocking them down one by one. Then we'll put it together, which will be the fun part. So yeah, here it is. Now you see, when you do stuff like this, you trim it just close to the line, and then I'll come back and I'll shave it to the line. Okay, as you can see, this is pretty simple right here. I measured 10 inches, so this is as far as I can go with this piece. The piece I cut back here is pretty straight. I cut it myself, so I know it's straight. This is, let's see, 29 1/8. Slide these over. Line it up to my template. There's my first line, 10 inches. Then I repeat on this side. Then I measure 10. Remember, I'll start on the 1. Therefore, on the 11 I'll mark. Do it again down here. 11 on mark again. And there it is. So there's 1. I'm going to go ahead and draw them all out here. So hopefully we can make it on that 1 piece. Let's measure this mess. 26 by 10. Times 2. All right. Here we go. Okay, so there we have it. All of our pieces that we need, minus the unforeseen ones that we'll make on the way. So now for the tedious job of cutting them out. Alright, time to clean these up. After I clean these up, I will need to make a tool to bend these. See what I can find. Okay, so here's my center points. Once I've established my center points. I know that I want to put some bead rows in it, make it look like the bottom of a well. So this yardstick happens to be 1.25 inches. So that's where I'll either start or end my bead rows. And of course, the center would be my first one. And then I'll space them out. Oh, how would I space them out? Let me see. Maybe 2 inches would look kind of rad. Let's try it. Let's say we did maybe 2 inches. And we go again. Okay, now I'll use my black Sharpie so I'll know these are my actual bead rows. So far, so cool. One last one. I guess we could do them from there to there. I was just gonna roll them out, but yeah, let's just do it from there to there. That way, there's no bull. Okay, 7-inch bead rows, and there'll be 13 of them. Here's my practice run. I'm gonna turn it, that's my 1, until it's tight, then I'll go from there. I'm gonna do 1, let's do 2, see what that looks like. Yeah. 2 looks pretty legit. Line that up to the center of my bolt. Make sure my deal's straight. 1, 2. And bring it in. Man, it's looking so good. It looks good. I stopped it right when I seen the bolt right there. So 1, 2, pull it out, move it over here. And we'll continue. Looks good. I'm digging it. So you see how it kind of tends to roll out a little bit. It doesn't matter though, because we're about to bend it. So this is the top. I want that one to come down. So just put it in my homemade bender and let's see what we can do. Out the best I can. It's about to get straight if it ain't straight. Stick this into here. Got my little guide. Now that this is exactly where I want it, now here comes the fun part. Say fun, it's fun for sure. Okay. Bottom, top, it looks pretty even. That's all we're asking for. We just want it to look even. So now, shape I was looking for. Oh man, look at that. It's gonna look so good. I don't know if y'all can see it, but you'll be able to see a little bit of the lip right here, but underneath will just be these rolls, and man, it just looks so good. Let's clean it up. Here's my idea, and I've already centered it and trimmed it, so I think I'm gonna try to figure out a way to hold it and start tacking it. And that'll be the beginning of making my piece. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I mean, I'll tweak it as I go, of course, because it's hard to just be happy with something, especially when it could be a little nicer. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna tack it straight or give it a slight angle. I've never used these. They seem to work pretty good. I'm sure until I put the heat on it. That keeps me super straight. It's time to complete. So we're going to do a few tacks because I don't know if this is final. There it is, what we have so far. See if y'all can see this. And voila. This is what we have so far. So, not looking bad. So next, I'm gonna clear my spot again, reset all this, and I'm gonna try I'm not gonna try, I'm gonna install my side pieces. So I have to figure out my height and how far up this needs to be. So I've got a plan. A perfect world, it just might work. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. That's 1.5 inches where it steps down. I was just looking at the overall, make sure that's what we want, and I believe that's what we want. 2x4 best frame. Alright, let's take a look at it. We'll stand different angles. Now it's cut. Okay. Let me put my gloves on because it's only 5 degrees outside. But I'm not gonna worry about it. This is my piece. So basically what I did to this side, started off with a piece like this with the bend, and basically I'll work it in. It was super cold yesterday, so I didn't record. Let's see. I didn't want y'all to see my burgers falling down my face. Alright. Keeping a warm beverage at hand today. I do have a heater, it's called a torch. I don't know if I'll need it today. If I do, it'd be great. I have a welder, keeps me warm too. Oh, let me cut this piece. Now that my piece is cut out, I'm gonna go ahead and flip it around, because that's how I did this piece. I did it upside down, so I shall do the same. So you see how I keep it set up, you know, where it's sturdy. This is where it's supposed to be, this stays where it's supposed to be, and I'll continue welding on it. I'll get it all grinded down. So it's almost there. We're almost to a little detail work here. I'm going to curve it in because it's really super straight, super flat. So I'm going to put a small little pitch in there, you know, just to give it a little flavor. So this will come down, this will roll in. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so here's my piece. So now that all this has been pretty much wrapped up, got to work on the edges. The corners will be a little, not very challenging. What I really plan on doing is splitting it every inch, you know, to where it gets flat. So I'll split it there, and then I'll start to bring it up, and we'll see what looks good. We'll trim it, make it work. I'm very happy with it, not gonna lie. I like the size of it. Once we put it under the bumper, yeah, it's gonna look pretty nice. So you can see that I made lines every ½ inch. There's a line. I'm actually gonna cut every inch first, and if I need to curve it more, and then I will. Actually, I'm going to cut the X's because I want this to stay. So I'm going to cut the ones and then fold it over. So we'll start from there. cool little tool. Right on the line. Okie doke, here's the plan. My plan is I'm gonna shrink it all right here and see if I can get this to come in. Once it starts coming in, then I'll just meet it up with all this. This I might have to bring it in some more, but love it. I'm gonna mark my spot. So we're almost there. It's gonna speed it up because stuff just takes a bunch of time. So I'll hit it on my stretcher, shrinker. Here's my piece. Somehow go like that. That's what I did with the shrinker. So now I will make another one for the other side, and I use this one as a template, and then come around all the way through. In a perfect world, it looks perfect. Okay, here is the left side. So instead of doing this end, I'll do this end. See if it matches. So basically, I'll start here, push down. You could already see it starting to move. All right, let me check. Went a little more on this one, quite a bit, so I do want them to match. So I guess I'm doing this one a little more. Thank you, shrinker, for working so good. Rub it down to the shrinker. And look at there. 2 pretty dang close, have to just bend. There we go. All right, with my new bend at play, look at this. I think it's gonna fit a whole lot nicer. Yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing a little more. Now that looks much, much better. Of course I'm hitting on the welds and stuff to grind down, but that sits a whole lot better. Do the other side and then start putting this thing together. So, as you can see, I've got it clamped down. You know, it's a ton of welding, and the last thing that I want is for this thing to get all over the place. So it's always safer to just clamp it down, man. I found a piece of thick steel back here, but it was long enough. If you have square tubing, just anything, just something just to hold it. Welding it, you know me, I like to do all my welding first and then grind it. I don't like grinding on it, then welding on it, and then grinding on it some more. Just seems like you thin it out, especially when you're working with like sheet metal. After I get it all welded, I'll grind it down, and then I'll trim it, make it look uniform somewhat. And we'll try it on and see what it looks like. Make sure you clamp it down so it doesn't warp all over the place. Be walking freely, like driving a car without holding the steering wheel. So here it is. I'm about 90% done with it. Here's the corner, you kind of get the idea. We still have to grind all this. Grind this. So pretty much that's it. We got our lip running all the way down, running up. So here we go. I don't know what you guys think about this, but man, does it look good. I'm digging it. So I'm gonna ride with it. I think I'm gonna suck it up a little more, pull my bumper up a little more. I'm gonna play with it because this piece didn't belong here, so I'm trying to make it work. I really like how it looks on the sides. I need to make it just a little bit wider. I think I can just pull it apart and just have like a round radius right here to match the outside of the fenders, and I think it would just flow underneath it. Like I said, if it pulls this up a little bit, no biggie. We can lift our bumper up a little bit and go from there. But so far, there it is. So I've decided to cut on the bumper some more. My lip it hung down too far. That valance I made, it sits up so high, and I have to sit it up high because I can't go lower than the rockers because then it'll look just weird, you know what I mean? It look like I have buck teeth up front. So my solution that I've thought of, and I talked to the customer and we good, I'm gonna raise the bumper up, cut the lip off, trim the sides. I'm gonna cut the sides off because the sides were still not even with the fender. So, I mean, they were about an inch away. So I'm just gonna split it, bring it open, and just make it flow. It's gonna look super rad. So here we go, cut this mess out.
Like this show? Want more? Then head to WatchPTTV.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.